This is the X Sports Network.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Live from Sheffield High School. It's Ashley Baltz along with my broadcast partner today, Taylor Plott, and our producer, Bryant Gobble. It's time for 3A Area 14 with Colbert Heights Wildcats traveling here to Sheffield to take on the Sheffield Bulldogs. These two teams met yesterday, Taylor, in Colbert Heights. Games have been moved up from later in this week to try and make sure they got them in with some possible rain coming in. But Colbert Heights taking a 12-5 win yesterday, going 1-0 in area play.
And talking to some of the Sheffield parents for the game, this is definitely a game that Sheffield would love to win badly.
So leading off for Colbert's Heights will be the second baseman, number 9, Tucker Hodges. On the mound today for Sheffield, number 7, Ethan Madry. So we'll kind of get the lineup and the defense set for you here as we go along in the first inning, as Marybee's pitch will miss down low. Count will be even up at 1-1. Setting the defense for Sheffield in left field will be Ben Stansel. Center field is Isaiah Burdett. In right field is Carter Brooks. Madry's 2-1 is fouled off again. Third base, Dason Howard. Number 26, Dason Howard. At shortstop, number 23, David Dahl. Second baseman today is number 1, Carson Lovelace. Over at first, number 10, Gunnar Hazon. Catcher is number 13, Jalen Ganger. And again on the mound, number 7, Ethan Madry. As Tucker will hit one in the air, and it'll be misplayed by the center fielder. And Hodges will be heading on his way to third for a stand-up triple. They will hold him up there with nobody out and have the leadoff man at third.
Yeah, it definitely looked like the center fielder out there was battling the sun. It is very much directly in the outfield's eyes right now, and definitely misplayed that one. That was very well hit. And even though the center fielder was there on the miss, that got to the wall pretty easily.
As Sheffield will bring the infield in here early. I'm going to give that an error on my end.
I think so.
As Skip Carey used to say, if you're keeping score with us at home, or if you're by yourself.
Or if you're by yourself. The sun definitely played a factor, but that was
it. That did, and the wind is pretty strong, blowing straight out towards center right now as well. So that'll bring up shortstop John Ryan Berry. And he'll find himself quickly in the hole 0-2. Madry's 0-2. Will miss low and out. It'll get behind Ganger. And I'm not sure what happened to him, but he's pulled up a little bit, dropped the glove there at home plate, and may have done something to his back as he tried to hop up and get back. So Hodges will score on the wild pitch, and Colbert Heights takes an early 1-0 lead.
The catcher's kind of motioning over to the dugout. Not sure if that was just a miscommunication on the pitch or what.
Yeah, from what I could tell, he was saying the number 3, let's don't call that again.
Yep.
So as Madry's pitch will miss outside, and it'll go to 2-2. On the Wildcat shortstop. Curveball is fouled off.
That was a great pitch by Madry.
And Berry will stay alive in battle. Madry's 2-2. Miss low and out. And we'll go to a full count. The full count is missed low and out. And Berry will draw a walk. And I'm going to apologize to everyone listening and to my broadcast partner. I've got the wrong starting pitcher in. As I was jotting my lineup down, Ethan Mabry is in left field.
This is John Childers.
So John Childers is your starting pitcher. Mabry is in left field, but he is being DH'd for. So he will not be hitting, as Childers will pitch and also hit. So that's John Childers on the mound. Apologies from our end. As Gavin Caldwell, the starting left fielder for the Wildcats, will foul off the first pitch from Childers. So confusing in baseball when you can put a DH in for a position player.
Yes.
As the runner from first takes off, great jump, and he'll go in standing. So stolen base for Barry.
Yeah, it's always interesting lineup-wise when it comes to high school, and you even get that into college too, where you still have pitchers that can, they're good quality hitters, and they usually will hit for themselves in the lineup, and then you end up DHing for like the right fielder, or, first baseman, someone like that.
Well, and then you've got all these special runners you can put in. The catchers don't run, the pitchers don't run.
Yep, courtesy runners.
The same runner can come in and run for multiple people.
Yep.
So Childers 1-1 is singled back up the middle by Caldwell. Barry will round third, and he'll come in to score. As Burdette gets the ball in, it'll be cut off by the third baseman, Dason Howard. And Colbert Heights quickly putting 2 runs up here in the first inning.
Yeah, Colbert Heights coming out swinging. Obviously, that first one, error on the center fielder. Kind of got the sun and the wind, just kind of those factors impacting that, and then a very nice single up the middle there.
That'll bring up the Wildcats catcher, number 18, Xander Hand. First pitch to him is put in play to the air down the first baseline. Second baseman for Sheffield, that's Carson Lovelace. He'll come over and make a good play on that pop-up, and out number 1.
A good play out there by the second baseman with the wind. You mentioned the wind earlier. That's going to wreak some havoc on those high fly balls, even the high pop-ups. So good play over there. Had to range pretty far behind that first base area.
Yeah, that's kind of the no man's land. It's easily the second baseman's ball. First baseman trying to go back. Right fielder trying to come in. So good play by the Lovelace, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. That'll bring up right fielder number 2, Caden Kirby. And he'll take a ball low and out. So early 2-0 lead here for Colbert Heights. 1 out, man on first. Gavin Caldwell, your runner. He'll get a lead at first. Childers' pitch misses high, and he falls behind 2-0. His throw over to first to keep Caldwell close. The 2-0 catches the outside corner. So 2-1 count now on the starting right fielder as Childers tries to throw over, and it gets by the first baseman, and Caldwell's going to head all the way to third, and he'll be in there. Now runner at third. With 1 out. Still 2-1 the count on Caden Kirby. He'll take high and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. So full count now. As the throw from Ganger gets past the pitcher. Nice job by Lovelace backing up that throw. Keep Caldwell at third. payoff pitch from Childers. Started to go, didn't. Ball gets passed, and that will bring in another run. As some frustration now starts to settle in early here for Sheffield.
Yeah, you can definitely see with the body language, and it looks like we'll get a mound visit. I believe that is the head coach.
Yep, that is Omar Tompkins. He'll go out and just try and settle his team down a little bit. So Kirby will draw a walk. He'll be on first. 1 out. That'll bring up the starting first baseman, number 22, Eli Ratliff. This is the other thing I noticed when we were calling our game last night is the umpires give the coaches a little more time on the mound than that may be college or professional.
Yeah. As we know, home plate umpire is starting to kind of walk his way. And you're right. That's definitely some of the things that with high school, especially when the head coach come out there, and they know the situation. Umpires know the situation that's going on. And I do feel like sometimes they let them have a little bit longer, especially like something like this going on, down 3-0 quickly.
Yeah, I know the catcher for Sheffield, Jalen Ganger, is a little bit frustrated right now, but I think what you have to look at if you're a catcher is the whole team can see you.
Yeah.
And he's got to be the most positive guy, I think, on the field for the defense.
Yeah, I completely agree. Obviously, people watch the pitcher. Pitcher's body language is important too. But you're right, the catcher, I mean, that's like the anchor of your infield. And you need to be, exerting that positive energy.
As Ratliff will shoot one through the shortstop third base hole, and that'll bring in Kirby, who had stolen second, and Colbert Heights quickly up 4-0 now.
Yeah, Colbert Heights, they're just finding holes right now with those hits. Those back-to-back singles.
That'll bring up the third baseman, number 12, Caden Hill. Childress first offering to him. A little curveball taken high for ball 1. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Childress.
I was about to say, that's a good quality pitch down in the zone. Had some good velocity on it.
There's a ball put in play to short. That'll be fielded there. Go to second for 1. Nice double play ball by this Sheffield Bulldog defense. Started by David Dahl over to Lovelace, over to Gunnar Hazon to finish out the first inning. So 4-0, Colbert Heights leads Sheffield as the Bulldogs come to bat. You're watching high school baseball on the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent.
I've been walking toward this my whole life. You didn't always know where I was going, and neither did I. But you always encouraged me to chase my dreams. Bank Independent is helping me take the next step. By opening an account, I unlocked a scholarship to UNA. Now, I'm ready for what's next, knowing I've always had support every step of the way. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
I've been using Bank Independent as my primary bank for over 10 years now. If you're looking for dependability, professionalism, and a personal touch, Bank Independent's really the only way to go.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I didn't have to write a long essay or audition or make a half-court shot. I just had to open a Bank Independent account, use my debit card, sign up for online banking, and have a positive balance. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. When Bank Independent invests in students like me, they're investing in all of us and the future of our community. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
You know, Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee. The Story family has worked together in the business.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, Sheffield getting their first crack at the bats. They'll be facing Cam Thrasher, starting pitcher for Colbert Heights. Leading off will be the center fielder, number 5, Isaiah Burdett. The first pitch to him will miss high. Not much of a strike zone, and I can say that because I'm a short guy myself.
Not much. Isaiah's up there looking to kind of erase what happened in the center field if he can.
He'll take ball 2 from Thrasher. 2-0 catches the outside corner. And Thrasher's found the strike zone. 2-1 now on the Bulldog center fielder, Isaiah Burdett. He's put into play to left. That'll be a fly ball, and the left fielder, Mabry, will handle that one. Excuse me, Gavin Caldwell. I got my teams mixed up. Gavin Caldwell will hand that one in left field for the first out, and that'll bring up the catcher, Jalen Gunger. Thrasher's first pitch to him is low and outside.
Obviously for Sheffield, already down 4-0 here in the bottom of the first. Just looking for base runners, try to chip away. You don't need all 4 runs now, but you like to get some of those back.
And he'll wear one right between the 1 and the 3. And he'll be on board with a hit by pitch.
It looks like we'll get courtesy runner number 30. Looks like that's Jameer Spencer. He'll be running over there.
He started to, and then
Man, he's gone walking back.
Ganger said, no, I want to run.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up the starting right fielder for the Bulldogs, number 6, Carter Brooks. And he'll fire that one straight back at us, as Thrasher will work out of the stretch now with the Bulldogs catcher at first. The 0-1 is curveball taken outside. That'll even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carter Brooks.
Yeah, obviously with this being a mid-afternoon game, right now 3:22, we at least got 1 truck out in the right field area. That's a good sight.
There's a ball that'll miss low and outside, so 2-1 now. Yeah, these two teams are scheduled to play a doubleheader today, so if you're listening and you want to come out and maybe catch the second game or join us here for the first. As that pitch will miss down low, so Carter Brooks ahead in the count, 3-1. We'll just be broadcasting game 1, so we'll be leaving you after that one. But again, it's a nice day to come out and watch some high school baseball. There's a ground ball to second. Just have one play to first, as Tucker Hodges will throw out Brooks. Ganger advanced to second on the play, so 2 out, man on second now for the designated hitter for Sheffield, Ben Stansel.
2 outs, obviously you're just trying to find a way to get that first run in from second. Like I said earlier, don't need all 4 runs immediately, but you would like to chip away.
As Thrasher will fall behind 1-0. Wind blowing straight out to center. 325 down the lines here. 360 to center.
We've already seen the ball will carry with this wind today. It is definitely helping.
And we're getting into it at our truck, and
I see that.
we've lost our shirts and we're waving them now. As Thrasher falls behind 3-0 to Stansel. David Dahl waiting on deck. The 3-0. Be a strike on the outside corner.
That's a good take. That was
you need base runners.
Yep, you need base runners.
You need base runners if you're Sheffield. Ganger with a good lead at second. Nobody really holding him on. And there's a strike on the inside corner. So good job of battling back by Cam Thrasher to even the count. Payoff pitch will miss inside as Stansel will draw a 2-out walk.
That was very close to that last pitch. That was just a bit further inside.
So first and second now with 2 outs as David Dahl will step in for the Bulldogs. Thrasher's first pitch to him will miss high. The 1-0. Curveball in the dirt. Nice stop by hand. The Wildcat catcher. So Thrasher falling behind. 2-0 now. He'll miss high and tight. 3-0.
Same thing, just like the last batter, Ben Stansel did. Just you're taking all the way here.
And that'll miss high. So Sheffield has loaded the bases with 2 outs as third baseman Dason Howard will stroll to the plate looking to do a little damage here and maybe get the Bulldogs on the board.
So I don't know if this is Thrasher's just the way that he throws, but that one looked like he gave less effort on it. That looked a lot upper body as opposed to driving through.
Yeah, I think a lot of times as he does pump that one in there to Howard, when you're struggling a little bit, you may just take a little bit off of it just to try and get one in there. He probably knew he was taking as well.
Yeah, but that definitely was a lot of not driving towards the plate. That was more of just, okay, here's a throw.
The 1-1 pitch to Howard is fought off the hands and fouled over by the on-deck circle for Sheffield, and Howard behind now 1-2.
And those pitches from Thrasher in this at-bat have been a lot better. He's definitely driving back, so I'm not sure if that was just – not sure what that was, but that was definitely not a good pitch earlier.
Wow. To tell the battery wanted that one. Great little curveball. Must have just missed on the outside part of the plate.
That was a great pitch.
So the 2-2. Another curveball will miss out. So full count, 2 outs. We're going to have some motion. All 3 base runners can get moving early, so anything put in play to the outfield here could score 2. And there it is. It's a fly ball to center field. Going back as the center fielder, it's over his head. So that is going to be a 3-run double for Dason Howard as he'll clear the bases. As we talked about earlier, that wind in center field
kept pushing it.
And Owen Hood, the center fielder, it just kept going.
And he looked like he had it. He kind of slowed down. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, he's probably got this tracked and it's going to be an out. But at the last half second, he started jolting back. And he knew that thing was going to be over his head. And you're right, that wind is definitely wreaking havoc out there in the outfield.
As the pitcher, John Childers, will step to the plate now with 2 outs and Howard on second. as the potential tying run. So good job here by Sheffield responding from a 4 spot they gave up, as Childers will hit that one in the air, as the second baseman Tucker Hodges will put it away. So 3 runs across for Sheffield. We head to the top of the second. Colbert Heights 4, Sheffield 3. This is high school baseball on the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent.
You know, Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee. The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years. And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Storing Lee Furniture.
Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals Music is here because we're fiercely independent.
I'm a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I just had to open a Bank Independent account and follow a few simple steps. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back, everybody, to X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent. We are here in Sheffield. Colbert Heights coming up to bat here in the top of the second with the 4-3 lead. We got 8-9-1 in the lineup. Due up. First is Bennett Collier, the DH. And we got Owen Hood on deck. We'll be back to the top of the lineup with Tucker Hodges. John Childers still on the mound here for Sheffield. He got 3 runs to his benefit. They're in the bottom of the first, just trailing by 1 now. That wind's still blowing. Anything out in the outfield will be problematic. That one, though, just a little bit of a flare. Mishandled out there by the right fielder, Carter Brooks, but he gathers it, throws it back to the infield. That will hold Collier to a leadoff single here in the top of the second.
Nice job of hitting by Collier there. Got ahead in the count, got a 1-0 fastball, shot it into right field for a leadoff single.
And the perfect spot, too, just barely over the second baseman's head. So let's bring up Owen Hood, the center fielder for Colbert Heights. That pitch up and in almost hit him. So he'll start off with another 1-0 count.
I don't know if that was a send a message or if it just slipped, but I think Hood received it.
Rudder goes, and he will be easily standing up there at second base. So Collier with the stolen base.
So if you're John Childers here, your team put up 3, you really want to come out and pumping fastballs, pumping strikes, trying to get your team back in the dugout, as he'll come through right there with a strike.
That would definitely help. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, obviously you want to go after the hitters. You don't want to kind of toil around, and after having that 3-run in the bottom of the first get you within 1, you don't want to go to the bottom of the second and you're down by 4 again, as that one does hit Hood, and he'll make his way down to first base after a hit by pitch. And now with the top of the lineup, Tucker Hodges, he's got a grand opportunity here with no outs to add to that Colbert Height lead.
Yeah, Hodges with that fly ball to center to start the game that the wind just kept pushing past Burdette.
As that pitch to Hodges misses high, and looking out there at center field, Burdette playing relatively standard. Doesn't look like it's overly deep, but like we've seen, that wind, that will push a ball pretty quickly over your head. As that pitch misses, that'll bring the count to 2-0. First base playing in front of the runner. Third base playing a little in as well. That pitch is down in the dirt and blocked.
Yeah, great stop by Ganger. He's getting us, both runners are getting such a lead. Anything that can skip away from him, they're going to advance.
And that was a problem behind the plate last inning. There were definitely a couple of pass balls that allowed at least one run to score that I remember. So Childers in the stretch now. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That one is in there for a strike.
Yeah, Hodges taking all the way.
It'll be interesting to see if he takes here. Usually with a 3-1 count, you're just looking for a little spot where the pitch is at. If it is swing, and he does, and that was in that spot. And he fouls it back. I'll bring the count full.
Let's see if Colbert Heights is aggressive here and puts the runners in motion. Usually don't see it too often with the runner on second, but they're getting such a big lead, and nobody from Sheffield is really holding Collier close at second.
Let's see what happens. Full count.
They don't put him in motion.
That pitch misses down low, and that will be another walk, and that will load the bases here with no outs. So John Childers has definitely got his work cut out for him here, as we'll have another mound visit. We'll see if there's a pitching change.
I believe he signaled to the right fielder.
Yep.
That's Carter Brooks, so I believe Brooks may be coming in.
And it looks like we might have just a direct switch. It looks like John Childers is making his way over there to right field. And Carter Brooks will be coming in, and he will be in a now relief situation here in the top of the second. We'll take a quick break as he gets himself situated on the mound and have some more pitches. We'll be back here to more North Alabama baseball, brought to you by Exports Network, on Exports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent.
In 1947, a group of farmers in North Alabama started a bank because they believed a local bank investing in local people
we come back
is the key to making a positive difference in the community. Yep. Locally owned and operated, Bank Independent is committed to investing in our local communities.
When we knew that we needed a commercial space, we knew we wanted to keep all of our business with Bank Independent. Everything else had been so wonderful that we felt like there was no need to shop around.
Preparing for college is hard, and Bank Independent is here to help you both take the next step. With a Bank Independent account, you unlock a scholarship to UNA and open the door to a world of opportunity. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Exports Network. Pitch and change here in the top of the second. Right fielder Carter Brooks coming in to pitch. And the pitcher John Childers is out there in right field. Work cut out for Brooks on the mound. Bases loaded, nobody out. And you're holding on to a one-run deficit. And that could quickly change. Today's game is brought to you by Bank Independent, proudly serving our community since 1947. From personal banking to business solutions, Bank Independent is committed to helping North Alabama thrive. Bank Independent, built to serve, not to sell. Member FDIC.
Line for Childers so far, 10 batters faced, 1 complete inning. Give up 3 hits, no strikeouts, walked 3, and of course all 3 of those base runners belong to him.
Infield will be coming in. Obviously you don't want any more runs. That pitch misses way high. And that was a nice grab by Jalen Ganger behind the plate. He's having to work pretty hard back there. Had a couple of wild pitches, at least one pass ball that he had to deal with. Barry at the plate after him. Caldwell on deck. Again, no outs. Brooks with the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to be in there. Good velocity on that one.
Yeah, great fastball. A little bit up in the zone. It's hard for those hitters to get on top of those high fastballs.
That was a great spot to come back from a first pitch ball, so that evens the count to 1 apiece. Here's the 1-1. That one also swung, kind of foul tipped, said the umpire. That'll bring the count to 1-2. So Carter Brooks not messing around here after that first pitch kind of got away from him. He's coming right at John Ryan Berry here at the plate. Berry got on base and had a stolen base his first time up.
See if Brooks goes with an off-speed pitch here and tries to get the strikeout.
Fastball that's hammered down the left field line out into the parking lot area, so hopefully my car did not hit on that. If not, I'll be calling my insurance company.
If you're an insurance person and you'd like to sponsor a high school baseball here on the X-Sports Network, we've got a perfect opportunity for you.
Sponsor foul balls, please. I would love to be able to say that foul ball was sponsored by so-and-so. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That one isn't off speed. Not sure if that one was a changeup or a curveball.
Looked like a curveball.
It looked like it, just didn't curve too much. That brings the count to 2-2.
Or if you're a windshield repair company, we would love you to partner with us.
That pitch is inside. That gets away. The runner from third will go. Flip over to the pitcher. Actually hits the batter. So Jalen Ganger tried to flip to the pitcher. Brooks covering, but Barry was in the way.
He is calling the runner out.
Yeah, because
Barry didn't get out of the way. So
that's a good catch.
They're going to talk about it.
Looks like head coach for Colbert Heights over there at third base, Eli Fuller's wanting an explanation, and that would make sense. I mean, he was there. I don't know if he.
He wasn't in the.
He wasn't in the
box. He was outside of the box, but.
Usually that would mean that you would be okay.
Well, I still think the batter has the responsibility to get out of the way.
Way of the line of where the throw is.
He is responsible for getting out of the way. It's not about where he's standing, but he's got to be out of the way of the catcher to make a play. It's the same thing if the catcher's trying to throw down to third on a stolen base. It's his responsibility to get out of the way.
So we're trying to figure things out here. So if that stands, then Collier would be out at home, and he would be the first out.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Fuller's really arguing about the interference. I think I hear him saying that the runners should be sent back to where they were.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We got head coach Omar Tompkins coming in from the Sheffield side. Obviously, he's going to want an explanation of what the call is.
Okay, so the runner at third is out.
On batter interference. So then that will keep runners on first and third here with one out.
But why are we on?
So I believe they both advanced. So I think it was just because the throw to home plate means that the runner coming to home is out.
Yeah, but the runner from first was going to second, and they put him back at first. So
that's true.
He's going to steal second now.
And he's going to be there easily. So a lot to unpack there, but what we can gather so far is batter interference at home plate. And that will lead to the first out.
That will erase Bennett Collier. So Hood now at third, Tucker Hodges, your runner at second.
And that is where they are, time at home plate. And it looks like we're going to get another.
I think we're confused on that whole discussion was
for the pitch.
Yeah, everybody just got a little confused, so we lost track of balls and strikeouts. That'll be ball 4 to John Ryan Berry.
And he'll make his way down to first base, and that will load the bases once again. And that will bring up the left fielder, Caldwell. And he had a single his first time up.
Drove in 2 with that single.
2 RBI single on the day for him. He's looking to add to that. And Carter Brooks on the mound for the Sheffield Bulldogs, trying to get the second out, or hopefully get a double play on his end. First pitch is popped up, foul back. That will be 0-1.
I'm glad you had the play-by-play this inning, my friend.
Got a little interesting there. A lot to unpack on that one. Corners are playing in here. Up the middle is a double play potential for the infield. That pitch is up and in for a ball. I'll bring the count to 1-1. Outfield still playing kind of standard depth, which honestly on a day like today, especially out there in center field, you might move back just a little bit with that wind we've been talking about. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one foul tipped. I'll bring the count to 1-2. I'll tell you, Ashley, Carter Brooks on the mound, he's going after these hitters. He's not messing around.
Yeah, his motion is slower than you normally see, and I think that fools the hitter a little bit. He's got a little bit of heat.
Yeah, it kind of jumps on you.
Yeah, his windup's a little slow, but
that pitch is hit out towards center field and right in the gap. That's going to be drop. That is Isaiah Burdett out there in center. He diving attempt missed it. That will score 1 and score 2, and that will be another 2 RBI hit there for Caldwell. This time a RBI double, as that was a tough play out there for Isaiah Burdett.
Yeah, and John Childers, the right fielder, never saw it in the sun.
Yep.
He completely lost it off the bat, so it was all on Burdett and just couldn't get over there in time.
Just one of those in no man's land out there in right center. So still 1 out, and now that will bring up the catcher as Xander Hand, excuse me. Is it Hyde or Hand?
Hand.
I got Hyde on this one, and then Hand on number 15, Andrew.
Let's check the...
We'll find out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one swung foul at the plate. This is the catcher, Xander. I can tell you that.
It is Hyde, Xander Hyde.
Xander Hyde, okay.
Sorry about that, Xander. We learning these players as we go.
So Xander up the plate, and he's looking to drive in some more runs. A single could score 2 here. Here's a 1-1. That's going to be fouled back toward the netting.
He had the pop-up over behind first in the first inning that Carson Lovelace made a good running catch on.
That was another one that was kind of in no man's land that Sheffield was able to handle. But yet again, we have a 1-2 pitch. The past couple of batters with 1-2 pitches have done pretty well.
And with that double, that will close the book on Childers on the mound. 1 inning, 3 hits, 5 runs, no strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 hit batter.
And that leads to that 6-3 lead that Colbert Heights currently has. Here's a 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Catcher's going to have to tag the batter, and he does. As that is a drop third strike, and it looked like Hyde did not know if he tipped it maybe or what, but that is the second out, a crucial second out there for Sheffield.
Yeah.
So the infield, which was playing in, can now play back.
Great job by Brooks battling back and getting a big strikeout with men in scoring position. As Kirby, who drew a walk his first time up.
As Kirby is at the plate now with 2 outs. That pitch is in there for a strike on 1-1. Brooks still pounding the strike zone. Just unfortunately on his end, a couple of those have been hit, allowing more runs to score. Still in the stretch here with runners at second and third. That pitch is swung on a miss, and it's quickly 0-2.
Got to be impressed with Brooks, what he came in and inherited. If he can get out of this with only those 2 runs.
I consider that a win.
Yeah, pretty good damage control.
Coming in, bases loaded, no outs, only allowing 2. Let's see if he can do that. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just missed on the inside corner. Beautiful day out here today. Had some showers and storms around, but so far looks like we've dodged them. Hopefully that remains the case. Here's a 1-2. Swing on a miss.
Nice job by Brooks.
Strike 3, and he ends the inning only allowing 2 after coming in with the bases loaded and nobody out. We go to the bottom of the second here in Sheffield. Sheffield Bulldogs down by 3. You're watching Exports Network, featuring North Alabama baseball. Brought to you by Bank Independent. We'll be right back.
I've been walking toward this my whole life. You didn't always know where I was going, and neither did I. But you always encouraged me to chase my dreams. Bank Independent is helping me take the next step. By opening an account, I unlocked a scholarship to UNA. Now, I'm ready for what's next, knowing I've always had support every step of the way. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
I've been using Bank Independent as my primary bank for over 10 years now. If you're looking for dependability, professionalism, and a personal touch, Bank Independent's really the only way to go.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I didn't have to write a long essay or audition or make a half-court shot. I just had to open a Bank Independent account, use my debit card, sign up for online banking, and have a positive balance. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. When Bank Independent invests in students like me, they're investing in all of us and the future of our community. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
Welcome back to the Exports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent here in Sheffield, Alabama. Sheffield Bulldogs come up here in the bottom of this second. We got 8-9-1 in the lineup. Down by 3 after allowing 2 runs in the top of the second inning. That first pitch almost hit the number 8 hitter, Gunnar Hazen. As that pitch by Cam Thrasher kind of got away with them. That's kind of been the theme. The first pitch of the inning so far have all been balls and have usually been flirting with hitting the batter. And here's the 1-0. That one again is up high, and it looks like he's just not doing that thing again where
he's not following through all the way.
Not following through all the way. Very armsy, just kind of upper body.
Yeah, I think he's trying to aim it instead of just letting it go.
That one was better. That was a curveball that missed those. That brings the count to 3-0. Obviously, one thing you don't want to do if you're on the Colbert Heights side is allow the leadoff batter to reach, and they do. So that is a 4-pitch walk to start the bottom of the second. And that will bring up Carson Lovelace, the second baseman. This is going to be his first time up. After him, we will go back to the top of the lineup with the center fielder, Isaiah Burdett. So Cam Thrasher on the mound for the Wildcats, trying to prevent this from becoming a mess, as that pitch is downstairs, 1-0.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it last inning, Taylor. One of the things you want to come out after you put some runs on the board is throwing strikes.
You're right. Go right after them, and that is not what Thrasher is doing. That is now 6 straight balls. As Lovelace has a 2-0 advantage. Short lead over there at first is Hazen. That pitch is way upstairs, and it's quickly 3-0.
Pitching is so much about a nice rhythm and staying in that rhythm.
Yep.
It looks like Thrasher's just out of his rhythm right now.
And as a former pitcher, I can definitely tell you that is the case. That misses. That is 8 straight balls to start the bottom of the second. And we will get a mound visit. And we'll see if this is just a talk or if this is a pitching change. And it looks like this is just going to be a talk on the mound. Well, we've got a moment. Bank Independent is excited to team up with the University of North Alabama to help students succeed. If you're a Bank Independent customer, you qualify for get this, a 20% tuition at UNA. I think that's fantastic, by the way. That's some real savings for your future college plans. Learn more at bibank.com/scholarship. Bank Independent, proud to support our students, our schools, and our community, and also proud to bring you this game here on the X Sports Network. That pitch misses upstairs as well for a ball. I'll tell you one thing, back when I was in college, I would love to be able to get that 20% tuition help. I think that's fantastic.
It really is a good deal. And that's for graduate students too, you know, if you're thinking about going to grad school. It's kind of hard to get some scholarship assistance for grad school,
yes,
but that does apply to graduate school.
That's a good thing to keep in mind. If anybody out there is either wanting to eventually get into grad school or currently wanting to, again, go to bibbank.com/scholarship and you can check that out. As Thrasher has come back against Isaiah Burdett in this at bat.
He's done a good job of going to his curveball and got a couple of curveballs across. And there's the third one in a row that'll miss just outside. But
that has been his best pitch so far, I think. Now, he has definitely pounded the strike zone earlier with the fastball, but once he gets away from it, you're right, that curveball is definitely working as Burdett has a 2-2 pitch, and that is catching the bottom of the strike zone. And that is going to be the first out of the inning.
So he came back with 4 straight curveballs to Burdett. And sometimes when you're facing, you know, a hitter like Burdett who not quite as tall as some of these other guys, that curveball just kind of falls right in there as opposed to that fastball. So
that is definitely a good point there, and that was another good pitch by Thrasher. This will bring up Jalen Ganger, the catcher. Another curveball. That one misses downstairs. He is definitely locating that curveball a lot better. And that seems to be a pitch that he can just keep throwing. Let's see what he does here on the 1-0. Check over that runner at second. There is a fastball, that first one in a while. That one evens the count to 1 apiece.
But getting consistent strikes with those curveball got him a little bit back of a rhythm where the fastball felt a little bit better, and that's the first strike he's thrown with that fastball here in the second inning.
Yeah. First and second are the runners for Sheffield. That one's going to be lined towards the shortstop, and that's going to be easy double play as the runner over there, that is going to be Gunnar Hazen, got caught thinking that one was going to leak into center field, but that is going to be a L6 and then a 6 unassisted on the third out of the inning over there at second base. We head to the top of the third. It is still 6-3 in favor of Colbert Heights Wildcats. We'll be right back here to North Alabama Baseball, brought to you by Bank Independent on the X Sports Network.
You know, Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee. The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years. And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Storing Lee Furniture.
Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals music is here because we're fiercely independent. And in the early days, it was hard because it was hard for banks to get their head around, we're going to give these hippies some money to go make music. We've been doing business with Bank Independent since the 70s, and to know that they've got our back, it means a lot, and it just kind of takes the stress off of doing business day to day. They've always been there, and it's always been just been a phone call away.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I just had to open a Bank Independent account and follow a few simple steps. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back. We head to the top of the third inning. Colbert Heights leading Sheffield 6-3. Colbert Heights with 4 runs in the first, added 2 more in the second as they come to bat here in the top of the third. First baseman Eli Ratliff will lead it off against Carter Brooks, starting his second inning of work after relieving John Childers. Did a good job of getting out of that second inning, only giving up 2 runs, bases loaded, nobody out. So he'll start with a clean, fresh inning now and miss high to Ratliff.
I definitely think the way that he came into that inning, bases loaded, nobody out, and only allowing 2 runs, I would take that every day.
Aided by that confusing call at home that we had, as we had batter interference on a passed ball. Ganger trying to toss the ball to Brooks at home, covering on the runner coming in, and it hit the batter. So we had batter interference, and the runner at third was called out. So Ratliff fouls that one off, and the 1-1 pitch from Brooks is hit down the right field line. It'll go foul. Settle in behind the tarp down the first base line. And Brooks quickly ahead. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Speaking of right field, we got a second truck out there now.
We do. So Brooks 1-2 is fouled straight back. Ratliff will stay alive. Good crowd starting to trickle in too.
Yep. Mid-afternoon game, and now we've got past 4 o'clock. Obviously, people starting to kind of get off work. Getting a good crowd here over in Sheffield. If you're nearby, want to see a good baseball game, come on. Doubleheader, we got this one, and we got another one after it.
As Ratliff stays alive again and fouls another one off. So good battle here between Brooks and Ratliff. Ratliff with that 2 RBI double back in the first inning. And Brooks 1-2 pitch to him. Will be down low 2-2.
It's not a bad spot. They definitely want it to be down. See if he wanted to golf at one.
So the 2-2 is put in play to short. Dodd will handle that. He'll throw over to first baseman Gunnar Hazen, and Ratliff is retired.
That's a lot better start to this inning. The last 2 for Sheffield has been that leadoff base runner on, so good opportunity here to go ahead and get the first out. And obviously would love to put a 0 up on the board after that 4 and a 2 up there in the first couple innings.
So Dahl will handle that one at short for out number 1, and we go to the third baseman, number 12, Caden Hill. And he'll struck one down the left field line. Just fair. Oh, he's going to call it foul.
Oh, that was close.
We don't have much of a line down there, or maybe it's just we do. The sun is just hitting it just right.
Yeah, we
but
do.
The home plate umpire was right on it.
Yeah, I think he was right. I think I kind of caught it right there as it was landing. It looked like it was just to the left of the foul line, but that was extremely close.
So Hill will come back after a loud out. He hit into the 6-4-3 double play back in the first inning to end the rally they had going in the top of the first. As Brooks will hit Hill in the back, and he'll be down at first with a hit by pitch. And the DH, number 24, Bennett Collier, will stroll to the plate. He singled his first time up and was the runner called out at home because of the batter interference. So Hill now your runner at first, one out, 6-3, Colbert Heights. And Brooks' first offering to Hill is misses inside.
Double play is in order here. Obviously, the Bulldogs would love to be able to do that.
The 1-0 is inside and will get past Ganger, and Hill will advance to second.
Wind's definitely picking up.
Yeah, you can probably hear it on our on our microphones. But as loud as it sounds here, if you look out towards center field, the 5 flags that Sheffield has here up are blowing straight out. Hill will foul that one off over behind the third base dugout.
Don't hit my car, please. For those who are not familiar with the field over here at Sheffield, the parking area is right along the street down the left field line, and it is very much in play.
So the 2-1 from Brooks to Hill will miss inside, and it'll pop out of the mitt of Ganger, and Hill will advance to third. It's Collier at the plate, now ahead in the count 3-1. As that one popped out of the mitt of Ganger.
Yeah, he's having a tough time behind the plate.
He is, but I think a lot of that is maybe a little bit of his own doing with this frustration. If they get those emotions under a little trade, tell he's a really good catcher. He's just getting a little frustrated.
Yep, I'm completely with you on that.
As Collier will draw a walk, and he'll be down at first. As Owen Hood steps into the plate. He was hit by a pitch back in the second inning.
And we will have a first and third situation here, so I imagine Sheffield Bulldogs will probably, I know the catcher didn't do a sign. Usually you would. I would imagine that this would be you don't really want to allow the run to score.
Yeah, I imagine they'll let the runner go, and I'm sure that Collier will be in motion on this first pitch. As Brooks thought that as well and threw over to first. He's got a huge lead, and he does take off. As that pitch misses low and outside.
That's exactly what they did, just let him go to second. Obviously the double play is not in order anymore, but you want to try to prevent that 7th run over there at third base from scoring.
And the Bulldog defense will come in now. Everybody in on the grass. 1-0 pitch from Brooks. Strike on the outside corner, so Owen Hood now with a 1-1 count. Hill at third, Collier at second. 6-3, one out here in the top of the third inning. Brooks 1-1. There's another strike on the outside corner.
And that same spot, that's a good pitch out there. That's one where if you execute it like he has and the batter offers that, he's probably rolling it over to right side of the infield.
So Brooks ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Hood does a good job just throwing the bat at that pitch. It looked like it may have been in the exact same spot as the other two, right on the outside corner.
I think so.
And he'll stay alive.
Brooks doing a good job on the mound.
So another 1-2 pitch to Hood. That'll miss high and inside, and Ganger's lost it back behind him, but he didn't get away far enough for Hill to try and score. So 2-2 on the center fielder for Colbert Heights. Brooks' pitch is hitting just past third baseman, and that'll be into left field and score, well, had a chance to score 2, but held a runner at third, so Hill will score. Collier held at third, and Hood will cruise into second on the throw into third. So an RBI single for Owen Hood, and it's now 7-3.
Well, Sheffield got the ground ball that they wanted, but that was just a tough play over there for the third baseman, Dason Howard.
And back to the top of the lineup, and Tucker Hodges. He'll take a strike. He's reached on an error and walked. But it's usually a pretty good sign, Taylor, when your leadoff hitter is hit in all 3 innings.
Yes, usually a very good sign. You're exactly right.
So the 0-1 to Hodges is a strike on the outside quarter. Quickly ahead for Brooks, 0-2.
Well, Brooks just needs to go right after the batter here. You don't want to mess around. You've already given up 1 run. If you want to try to limit that as best you can, and try to get that second out right here.
The 0-2.
He does.
He got him looking. So great job by Brooks with the strikeout of Tucker Hodges, and that's out number 2. And that'll bring up the shortstop, John Ryan Berry. He's walked twice, got a stolen base, scored a run. And that'll allow the defense for Sheffield to go back to normal infield depth. And the first pitch is bounced up, and it'll get off Ganger, and Hill will come in to Collier, will come in to score, as Ganger did the best he could, but as
he tagged
Hood
him.
came in to try and score behind, and Brooks saw him and beat him to home plate. So that'll get us out of this inning, but Colbert Heights puts 2 more on the board. They lead 8-3 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is high school baseball on the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent.
A group of farmers in North Alabama started a bank because they believed a local bank investing in local people is the key to making a positive difference in the community. Locally owned and operated, Bank Independent is committed to investing in our local communities.
When we knew that we needed a commercial space, we knew we wanted to keep all of our business with Bank Independent. Everything else had been so wonderful that we felt like there was no need to shop around.
Preparing for college is hard, and Bank Independent is here to help you both take the next step. With a Bank Independent account, you unlock a scholarship to UNA and open the door to a world of opportunity. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
I've been walking toward this my whole life. You didn't always know where I was going, and neither did I. But you always encouraged me to chase my dreams. Bank Independent is helping me take the next step. By opening an account, I unlocked a scholarship to UNA. Now, I'm ready for what's next, knowing I've always had support every step of the way. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back, Sheffield High School, where Colbert Heights now leads 8-3 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Pitcher Carter Brooks set to lead off. He ground out victim to second base his first time up.
And Carter's done a solid job on the mound, allowing 2 runs in that past half inning, and some of it was not necessarily self-inflicted.
As Cam Thrasher begins his third inning of work with a strike quickly ahead in the count to Brooks. The 0-1 curveball in there for a strike. You could tell he's really confident with that curveball.
He is.
Really, really comfortable throwing it for a strike. And there it is again.
What a pitch.
As Thrasher will get Brooks looking for his second strikeout of the day. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 15, Ben Stansel, who drew a walk, came around to score on that double by Dason Howard back in the first. And he'll put it into play. A little nubber off the end of the bat to second. That'll be fielded by Tucker Hodges. And Stansel's retired. So 2 quick outs.
It's been a while since we've been able to say that.
Yeah. And
at this point, there's usually been about 2 base runners on.
that'll bring up number 30, Jameer Spencer, who will be pinch hitting for David Dahl. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss. The 0-1 is in the dirt for ball one. The 1-1 from Thrasher to Spencer, misses high. There's that curveball again. It'll stay high and maybe outside. And Spencer's ahead in the count, 3-1.
Yeah, that one was just kind of released a little high on his follow through.
And that one a missed ball 4, so Spencer on board with a 2-out walk. And number 26, Dason Howard, will come to the plate. He drove in 3 runs in the first inning with that big double in the left center field gap. And he'll take a strike right down the middle. So Jameer Spencer, your runner at first, 2 outs. Bottom of the third, 8-3, Colbert Heights over Sheffield. The 0-1 is a curveball. It'll miss outside, and Spencer on the move. He'll get around the tag, and he'll be safe in stolen base for Jameer Spencer. So runner in score position now, Taylor, with 2 outs. See if Howard can come through for the second time.
Well, it's been a theme every inning so far. There's been a runner in scoring position, so had to keep that going here.
As that one will miss outside.
Another good opportunity for Sheffield here, and like you said, Dason Howard coming up with another RBI chance.
Nice job of waiting on the curveball, and he'll send it into center field. It'll be misplayed by Hood, and Dason Howard in with his second RBI double. Now with 4 RBIs, all 4 runs driven in by the third baseman, Dason Howard. So have yourself a day.
He is pumped up over there at second base. Solid hit. You said it perfectly. He waited on that one and sent it over there into the left center gap for an RBI double. And Sheffield just trying to tick away again. Just you don't have to get all the runs back at once. Just tick away.
That'll bring up John Childers, who got a start on the mound. He's now in right field. He popped out to second. His first time up.
I know the scoreboard says 8-6, but it's 8-4.
There's the curveball again. So quickly ahead 0-2. I think if you're Sheffield, though, you got to start looking for that curveball, and that's what Howard did. He recognized it early, kept his hands back, and drove it in. But as consistent as he is with his curveball, I think you really have to start looking for that and fouling off the fastball.
Yeah, you're right.
Childers unable to do it there, and he'll be strikeout number 3, and that'll end the bottom of the third. Colbert Heights 8, Sheffield 4. This is high school baseball on the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent.
I've been using Bank Independent as my primary bank for over 10 years now. If you're looking for dependability, professionalism, and a personal touch, Bank Independent's really the only way to go.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I didn't have to write a long essay or audition or make a half-court shot. I just had to open a Bank Independent account, use my debit card, sign up for online banking, and have a positive balance. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. When Bank Independent invests in students like me, they're investing in all of us and the future of our community. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
You know, Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee. The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years. And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Storing Lee Furniture.
Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals music is here because we're fiercely independent. And in the early days, it was hard because it was hard for banks to get their head around, we're going to give these hippies some money to go make music. We've been doing business with Bank Independent since the 70s, and to know that they've got our back, it means a lot, and it just kind of takes the stress off of doing business day to day. They've always been there, and it's always been just been a phone call away.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent here in Sheffield. We got some defensive changes going on. We have the pitcher, Carter Brooks, is now going behind the plate, and on the mound we do have Dason Howard coming over from third base. Jameer Spencer, who came in for David Dahl, is out in right. And that should be all of the defensive changes that we know of.
Ethan Mabry has come in to play third base from left field, so I'm not sure who's in left. But we'll try and get it all straight for you. I'll look around and see if I can get it straight for you, Taylor.
And we'll have to find out who's at short as well.
I think Lovelace has moved over from second to short.
That's what it looks like.
No, Childers has come in from right field, and Childers is at short.
Okay. So Lovelace is still over there at second base.
Lovelace is still at second. Mabry is your third baseman. Brooks behind the plate. And Dason Howard, the offensive star so far for Sheffield, is on the mound.
He's done a great job at the plate today. Let's see if he can do that at the mound, and he is now got a 2-2 count. This is to the number 2 batter, I believe. Yes, it is. So that's John Ryan Berry at the plate. Got 2, 3, 4 in the lineup here for Sheffield here at the top of the 4th. That is swung on. That's going to go just foul down the left field line.
So Ganger has moved from catcher to left field. So Jalen Ganger, who caught the first 3 innings, is now your left fielder. Brooks behind the plate. Madry comes in from left field to play third base. Childers in to short, and Spencer takes over in right.
A lot of movement over on the Sheffield side as that pitch is foul. That will keep the count at 2 apiece. Sheffield got 1 run back there in the bottom of the 3rd. That brings the score to 8-4. Here's a 2-2. That one's going to be fouled back towards the net. We'll stay with the 2-2 count. Dason Howard. Here's a windup in the 2-2. That's going to miss upstairs. Bring the count full. That is upstairs for a ball. That will be a leadoff walk to Berry. That'll bring up the left fielder, Campbell. It's going to be Caldwell, not Campbell.
Berry with his 3rd walk of the game.
That helps the on-base percentage very much.
So also with a couple of stolen bases already today. So
I imagine he's probably going to go
in motion here.
There,
got him picked
good
off.
Opportunity. Well, he says safe. That was a grand opportunity. He was definitely going the way that his feet were moving.
And that's, Taylor, not to get into a lot of stuff, but that's why you see so many left-handed first basemen.
Yep.
It took the right-handed first baseman so long to get that tag over, and that's why you see so many left-handed first basemen.
Yep. You're exactly right. It's more bang-bang with the left-handed, with the glove on the right hand, as opposed to being a right-hander and having a glove on the left.
Yeah, it's just a longer path that ball has to take.
Because that was a great opportunity. Let's see if he goes. He's kind of teetering over there. Got him again, but he's also going to be safe. So Berry over there at first base. The runner is definitely toying around with the pitcher, Dason Howard, on the mound. There's a good pickoff attempts, but you're right. Left-handed first baseman would be a little bit better. Another pickoff attempt. He's in there easily. Still no pitch to Caldwell at the plate yet.
Caldwell 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double.
See if he continues the success for today with him at the plate. Howard steps off the mound there. Still a good lead over there at first base by Berry. He takes a jump, claps his hands. Here's the pitch. He'll be in there for a strike, 0-1.
Nice little curveball from Howard there.
Quick throw over to first. He's back safe again. Scoring line so far for both teams. Sheffield, or it's going to be Colbert Heights, 4 runs in the first, 2 in the second. Runner goes, that pitch is popped up right up into the middle of the infield. Howard calls everybody off and helps his own throw over to first, and double play for Sheffield. As Berry was trying to get to second, then realized he had to come back.
He was on the move, and great job by the Sheffield offense, or the defense, with the double play as Berry's doubled off at first.
As just what the doctor ordered. Good play by Howard to help himself out there with the initial fly ball out, then throw her to first for the double play. So if you're scoring at home, that is a P1 for the batter, and then a 1-3 put out on the runner Berry for the second out. Finishing the thought that I had, this is scoring line for both teams. Colbert Heights, 4 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and then 2 in the third. Sheffield came back with 3 in the first to cut that deficit. Had a goose egg in the second, and then there in the bottom of the third, scored 1 run where we have 8-4 right now. Called third strike on a curveball to Hyde at the plate, and that will end things here in the top of the 4th. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, Sheffield coming up, see if they can get some more runs to get back from this 4-run deficit. You're watching North Alabama Baseball, brought to you by Bank Independent here on the X Sports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I just had to open a Bank Independent account and follow a few simple steps. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
In 1947, a group of farmers in North Alabama started a bank because they believed a local bank investing in local people is the key to making a positive difference in the community. Locally owned and operated, Bank Independent is committed to investing in our local communities.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the X Sports Network here in Sheffield, Alabama. North Alabama Baseball brought to you by Bank Independent. If you're thinking about buying a home or refinancing, Bank Independent makes mortgage lending simple with personalized guidance and local expertise you can trust. Visit bibbank.com to learn more. Bank Independent, helping North Alabama homeowners achieve their dreams. They are an equal housing lender. Here in the bottom of the 4th, 8-4 is your score in favor of the Colbert Heights Wildcats. We got 8-9-1 due up here for the Sheffield Bulldogs. Up to the plate first is the first baseman, Gunnar Hazen. That pitch is in there. Cam Thrasher still on the mound for the Wildcats. He still has that curveball working very well. And actually, that's been his go-to pitch when his fastball's kind of failed him.
It really has. It's been a great weapon for him. Just his ability to throw it for a strike. There it is again.
Yep. Oh,
wow.
Called a ball. That was just a little high. I thought he was calling a strike.
I thought it was a strike.
Yeah, I thought it was a strike, too.
We're off.
Umpires just give a thumbs up saying it was just a little high.
We're offset just a little bit, but it sure did look good. There it is again.
And that pitch is swung on a miss. Strike 3, and leadoff batter goes down for Sheffield. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Carson Lovelace, who has moved over to, or excuse me, is still at second base. So he was not one of the players who got moved around there in the top half of the 4th. That pitch misses upstairs for a ball. Sheffield needing base runners, down by 4 runs here as we hit the kind of latter half of the middle innings here today. That pitch is in there for a strike, bring the count even to 1 apiece. This is the first game of a doubleheader. X Sports Network with Bank Independent will only be covering this first game, but if you are in town here in Sheffield or around the Shoals area, want to see a good ball game, doubleheader, next one coming up after this should be roughly around 5:30 to 6 o'clock, just depending on when this game ends. That pitch is poked up towards the shortstop over there. That is John Ryan Berry as he squeezes it for the second out. And we got back to the top of the lineup here with the center fielder, Isaiah Burdett.
This is the batter that he really settled in with that curveball. If you'll remember, he had walked Hazen and Lovelace back-to-back and then really just started pumping that curveball over for a strike with Burdett. And I think Burdett's probably going to see a heavy dose of those here from Thrasher.
I would suspect so, even though that first pitch is in there for a ball with the fastball. Here's that curveball. That misses outside. I'll bring the count to 2-0. That's downstairs, 3-0. You're right, definitely getting a heavy dose of that curveball. He's just not quite locating it. That fastball, kind of a get-me-over fastball on that one. Didn't have a lot behind it, but he gets in there for a strike. That'll bring the count to 3-1. That pitch is swung on. That's going to get, I thought it was going to get down in that shallow center field area, but it is handled out there by Owen Hood. And 1-2-3 inning takes us to the top of the fifth. Sheffield still down by 4 runs. We head to the top of the fifth, 8-4 in favor of Colbert Heights. You're watching North Alabama Baseball, brought to you by Bank Independent here on the Exports Network.
When we knew that we needed a commercial space, we knew we wanted to keep all of our business with Bank Independent. Everything else had been so wonderful that we felt like there was no need to shop around.
Preparing for college is hard, and Bank Independent is here to help you both take the next step. With a Bank Independent account, you unlock a scholarship to UNA and open the door to a world of opportunity. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
I've been walking toward this my whole life. You didn't always know where I was going, and neither did I. But you always encouraged me to chase my dreams. Bank Independent is helping me take the next step. By opening an account, I unlocked a scholarship to UNA. Now, I'm ready for what's next, knowing I've always had support every step of the way. Bank Independent, we're invested in your future.
I've been using Bank Independent as my primary bank for over 10 years now. If you're looking for dependability, professionalism, and a personal touch, Bank Independent's really the only way to go.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back. X Sports Network presentation of Alabama High School baseball, brought to you by Bank Independent. We get ready to start the top of the fifth inning. 8-4, Colbert Heights leads Sheffield. Caden Kirby set to lead off the top of the fifth as Dason Howard gets ready to spend his second inning on the mound. As that ball will be put in play right back to Howard, and he'll walk over and flip it underhanded to Hazen for out number 1, and Kirby is retired. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Eli Ratliff.
I tell you, Dason Howard's almost single-handedly taken over this game for Sheffield. He's gotten most of the runs batted in.
But he's driven in all 4.
He's driven in all 4.
He's got 2 doubles.
He's got 2 doubles. And he's got a pop-out and a double play that he threw over to first for, and he got that out. And he might get this one, too.
That one is straight up. Let's see if Brooks can get over to it. He can. It took him a while to find it and just couldn't get to it. As a catcher growing up, I kind of stopped playing catcher after about 13 or 14 and moved to center field, but it's the hardest ball in baseball is that pop-up to the catcher. Not only finding it and knowing where it is, but then being able to make the play as that ball comes back down and either tails back towards the infield or away from the infield. There's another high pop-up as 3 are going to converge, and Howard will take care of that himself.
He is a one-man show right now. My goodness.
As Eli Ratliff is retired, and that'll bring up the third baseman, number 12, Caden Hill. He'll grind it into a double play and hit by a pitch. He came around to score back in the third inning. So Howard working on his second 1-2-3 inning as he'll miss high on the first pitch to Caden Hill. The 1-0 is a curveball. Will stay inside.
That's a good pitch, though, even though it missed.
Really impressed with the curveballs that we're seeing. That's a good offering there for Howard. He'll miss high with that one, and it'll go to 3-0.
Didn't miss by much on that last two. That curveball was good. That fastball missed high just barely. He just needs to go right after.
The 3-0 is in for a strike. Hill still ahead in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. As Howard set to deliver. That'll be put into play to center, and Burdett will head back deep center field. And that one is out of here. So Caden Hill gets one up into that strong breeze blowing to center, and it'll go 362, we'll call it.
I was about to say, that was outfield's 360. That was right about 362, and that wind definitely helped, and he had a little bit of a bat flip. I think he knew once he hit it that was probably going to be gone. But if there's any good news there on the Sheffield side, that was only a solo blast. So even though you don't want to give up any more runs, if you had to give up a run, try to limit it to just a single. Not wanting to get that crooked number up there.
We've talked all game, Taylor, about that wind blowing out to center, and he got it up in that breeze and just carried it over Burdett's head, and just enough to clear that 360 mark in center field.
Yep. That jet stream just above the baseball field. It's definitely cranking today.
So that'll bring up the designated hitter, Bennett Collier. He singled and walked. Scored a run back in the third. The 1-1 is on the outside corner for strike 2. So Howard not letting that solo home run bother him. He's still pumping strikes in there. And he's ahead in the count 1-2. And there he gets Collier swinging for out number 3, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 9-4 now your score. Colbert Heights leads Sheffield. This is high school baseball on the X Sports Network. Brought to you by Bank Independent.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I didn't have to write a long essay or audition or make a half-court shot. I just had to open a Bank Independent account, use my debit card, sign up for online banking, and have a positive balance. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. When Bank Independent invests in students like me, they're investing in all of us and the future of our community. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
You know, Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee. The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years. And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Storing Lee Furniture.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Jalen Ganger set to lead off against Cam Thrasher, who begins his fifth inning of work. And he'll pump a strike in there to Ganger, who has lined out to short and been hit by a pitch. Ganger started behind the plate, has since moved out to left field. The 0-1 from Thrasher is a curveball that'll stay high. Even the count at 1-1
Well, it's starting to get crunch time here for the Sheffield Bulldogs. Down by 5. You need to, again, like I've said throughout the game, you don't need to get all of them back. It's great if you get all of them back in one inning, but you don't need to get all of them back right away. But you need to continue to chip away. They got no runs that last half inning. They need to put up a crooked number and keep holding Colbert Heights as best they can, because getting towards the latter part of the game here.
As Ganger will draw a leadoff walk as Thrasher got ahead 0-1 and then 4 straight balls, and that'll bring up the catcher now, number 6, Carter Brooks, who is grounded out to second and been a strikeout victim.
A good start there, leadoff runner on. That's usually a good sign.
Now, if Sheffield's been watching in the dugout, they know what Thrasher's probably about to go to, and that's going to be that breaking ball.
Exactly. If you can kind of hold back, stay back, and drive it, you'll find pay dirt, hopefully.
First pitch to Brooks is a strike on the outside corner.
Not sure if there was something wrong with his glove, or
I think he may have been either making a equipment adjustment or a belt. Something in that waist area. Even got a little chuckle out of him. So, and there's that curveball. So 0-2 now to Carter Brooks. One on, nobody out. Jalen Ganger, your runner at first with a leadoff walk. That'll miss low and outside. Yeah, like you said, Sheffield just needs base runners. Don't try and do too much. Just get some runners on. Try and make something happen. The 1-2. And there it is. That's a shot into right field. And that'll be down for a single. Ganger had to hold up and make sure it was down. So he'll hold up at second. And Carter Brooks is on with a single. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Ben Stansel. He's walked and grounded out to second. First pitch is stroked down the right field line. That's going to be down for a single. Station to station now as Ganger will be held at third. You don't want to make that first out at home.
Never want to make that first out at home.
So back-to-back singles to right. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Jameer Spencer, who came on to pinch hit for Dahl and drew a walk back in the third inning.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but I do believe that there is someone warming up there in the Colbert Heights bullpen down the left field line.
Spencer will try and bunt, and it'll be fouled off down the first base line.
That's a great idea.
I think Thrasher is probably getting close to his pitch limit.
I think so, and even though he's giving up some runs, his offense has definitely helped him out a lot, so he's had a decent day on the mound. But you're right, I think he's getting up there in the pitch count category.
The 0-1 to Spencer is a curveball that'll stay outside. And that'll even the count on Jameer Spencer. Bases loaded, nobody out.
And take a look who's on deck over there.
That's our man.
That's our man.
Spencer will take that one high. Not sure whatever happens here with Spencer, but this may be his last batter. I don't know if I would want Howard facing him again with runners on.
I wouldn't think so either. Howard's just locked in completely.
And there's a curveball over for a strike. So 2-2 now on the right fielder, Jameer Spencer. It's another curveball, and he'll get Spencer swinging.
It's a great pitch. Good movement on that curveball down and away.
So here's Dason Howard, 2 for 2, 2 doubles, 4 RBI.
Head coach giving a signal over there in the dugout. Looks like he's going to keep Thrasher in. Corners are going to play in. And second and short playing back for the double play ball.
First pitch to Howard will curveball that didn't break, and it'll hit him right in the back, and he's got his 5th RBI.
That's another RBI.
So Howard will be on with a hit by pitch. That'll send Brooks to third, Stansel to second, and John Childers will be up as that'll be all for Cam Thrasher. As we make this pitching change, we'll take a break with them. It looks like Bennett Collier will come in from his DH spot to take the role. This is high school baseball on the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent.
Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals music is here because we're fiercely independent. And in the early days, it was hard because it was hard for banks to get their head around, we're going to give these hippies some money to go make music. We've been doing business with Bank Independent since the 70s, and to know that they've got our back, it means a lot, and it just kind of takes the stress off of doing business day to day. They've always been there, and it's always been a phone call away.
There are now more ways to save at QuickMart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at QuickMart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
So John Childers, now the shortstop for Sheffield, will dig in and face Bennett Collier. With the bases loaded, 1 out, Sheffield trying to put some more on the board here. And he'll swing at ball 1. And Collier quickly ahead in the count, 0-1.
I know you want to be aggressive, but don't be that aggressive if you're Sheffield.
Yeah, make the pitcher work a little bit. He's come in out of the bullpen. His 0-1 is again in the dirt. And Childers quickly behind, 0-2.
I would suspect this pitch is probably going to be down in the dirt again.
The 0-2 hits him on the front leg, and that'll bring in Brooks from third, and Sheffield cuts it to 9-6. So back-to-back hit by pitches.
Well, like I said earlier, you want to chip away and you want to try to get crooked numbers up there on the board, and they've finally gotten that crooked number on the board first time since the bottom of the first, and they still might have more to come here in the 5th inning. They're doing what they need to do to try to get back into this game.
So Gunnar Hazen, the first baseman, will step in. He's walked and struck out. And the first pitch to him is high and outside. Collier's 1-0 is outside. So Hazen ahead in the count now. 2 balls, no strike. The 2-0 is a called strike on the outside corner. I don't know, Taylor, if you can see Hazen's shirt that he's wearing under his thing, but that is a very sick Waffle House sleeve.
Oh, it's fantastic
that he has. And he'll swing and miss for strike 2.
I might have to make a Waffle House visit on my way back.
The 2-2 is strike 3, and Hazen will go down for the second time swinging. And big strikeout there for Collier with a chance to get out of it now as the 9-hole hitter, second baseman Carson Lovelace, will stroll to the plate. He's walked and popped out to short.
So how do you like your hash browns from Waffle House?
Smothered and covered.
There we go, on the same page there. I will say I've rarely gotten like their lunch stuff with their burgers, which aren't bad.
And we've got our third hit batter as Lovelace will take an RBI the tough way.
Every single run has been via the tough way in this inning. My go-to at Waffle House is always going to be the All-Star Special.
Yeah.
I've dabbled around with some of the other stuff sometimes, but my go-to always is going to be that All-Star Special.
So 9-7 your score now as Sheffield's pushed 3 across here as Burnett will hit a slow ground ball to second base, and he's checking, yep. So he will ground out to second to end the 5th inning, and we'll head to the top of the 6th. Sheffield now cut it to a 2-run lead. This is high school baseball on the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I just had to open a Bank Independent account and follow a few simple steps. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
A group of farmers in North Alabama started a bank because they believed a local bank investing in local people is the key to making a positive difference in the community. Locally owned and operated, Bank Independent is committed to investing in our local communities.
When we knew that we needed a commercial space, we knew we wanted to keep all of our business with Bank Independent. Everything else had been so wonderful that we felt like there was no need to shop around.
Preparing for college is hard, and Bank Independent is here to help you both take the next step. With a Bank Independent account, you unlock a scholarship to UNA and open the door to a world of opportunity. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
This is the X Sports Network.
And we'll go back to the X Sports Network. Alabama High School Baseball brought to you by Bank Independent. We're in the top of the 6th here with Colbert Heights Wildcats back up to the plate. 9-1-2 on the lineup. Hood, Hodges, and Berry due up for the Wildcats. They've seen their 5-run lead dwindle down to just 2 after all 3 runs there in the bottom of the 5th inning for Sheffield were scored via a hit by pitch. And speak of the devil, there's another hit by pitch that seems to be a theme so far, Ashley. That has started to trend.
That's quite a few we've had in a row here. Again, as you said, 3 hit by pitch in the bottom of that last inning led to all 3 runs scoring. And it looks like Hood may have taken that one off the arm a little bit.
Yeah, that one kind of stung. Not sure if it hit maybe that towards that elbow, more of a bony part. Those always hurt. Umpires checking down, make sure he's okay, and so he said we're good. And so now we're back to the top of the lineup here with Hodges. Couldn't remember who it was. As throw over to first is not in time. Dason Howard still on the mound here for the Bulldogs, and have a day for our man Dason Howard on the mound here because he is wheeling and dealing. He hits another batter though, so maybe I jinxed him, shouldn't have said anything, but still, he's having a heck of a day. He is given, up until the point of the last half inning, he has been responsible. He was responsible for all 4 runs on the board. As it looks like we'll have head coach Omar Tompkins out to the mound, just kind of calm him down a little bit. But not only has he done stuff on the offense, but the defensive side, the past 6 outs for Sheffield has been recorded with him, whether that's a pop out and the double play when he threw back over to first or a strikeout. He has held his own out there, not only on the mound, but also next to the plate, and has kept Sheffield in this game, actually. If it weren't for him, who knows what the score would be.
Yeah, he's got 5 of the 7 RBIs. Just been the man for Sheffield. But that's 5 hit batters in the last 6 plate appearances between these two teams with a strikeout.
Yeah, with one strikeout squeezed in there. So definitely not the trend you would want to see, regardless of, I guess, well, for Sheffield, you'd love to see it last half inning, but now you don't love to see it this half inning. That pitch misses downstairs, and that will bring the count to Barry up at the plate to 1-0.
Barry been on base 3 times, all 3 via the walk.
Hood over there at second. Hodges over there at first. That runner goes, and that's going to go foul, so they'll have to make their way back to their respective bases. One thing that Sheffield has struggled with is when they make a comeback, next half inning, they give some of those runs back. And so they just keep kind of going back and forth between getting it closer, and then next thing you know, it's back to a 4 or 5 run game. So they're definitely trying to keep things to just a 2-run deficit. They're back over to second. It's close. But Hood is back in safely.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Tompkins would love to have come out, had a real quick inning, got his bats back up there to try and cut into this 9-7 lead. See what Howard can do here.
Yeah, there's still a chance. Runner goes, Hood down to third. Runner from first also goes, kind of a delayed steal by Hodges, and both of them make their way safely to second and third. So with no outs here, the double play is now out of order, as the infield will come in once again. Obviously, Sheffield not wanting that 10th run to come across the plate. Unfortunately, it will, as that one's roped down to left field. Hood comes around to score. Hodges on his way around third. He will score easily. That ball trickles all the way towards the fence, and going into third, standing up and being waved home for a potential infield, or it's going to be in the park home run, and he does just that. And the worst case for Sheffield has just happened in that inning, as a routine grounder out towards left field, as a left fielder, that is Jalen Ganger out there in left. I still believe he is out there. Throws his glove down.
I don't think he's 100%. You know, we saw one of the very first plays behind the plate. He kind of looked like his back or maybe a leg, and as he took off towards that one, he came up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's quite 100%.
That definitely did not look like he was out there in left field, as that one trickled past him, and that allowed a inside the park home run for the shortstop, John Ryan Berry. And that one's going to be popped up over towards the right side of the infield. That's going to diving attempt over there by the second baseman, Carson Lovelace. Good effort over there, but that ball drops foul. So the 2-run deficit has now turned into a 5-run deficit, as it is now 12-7 in favor of Colbert Heights.
Caldwell 2 for 3 on the day. He's got a single and a double.
0-1 misses high. Still no outs here. And Ashley's just like what I said. As soon as Sheffield makes a comeback, they give it right away.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a great job by Barry. He was going to get a double out of it no matter what, but, you know, the 2 men were put on by getting hit by a pitch.
Yep.
So just self-inflicted wounds for Sheffield.
That pitch is swung on and missed. I'll bring the count to 1-2. A lot of crooked numbers up there on the board for Colbert Heights. 4 in the first, 2 in the second and third. And then you got to go up to the 6th now, where you find another crooked number. They have a 3 spot up there so far in the top of the 6th. That pitch is fouled back. They'll keep the count to 1-2.
They put up those 12 runs with only 6 hits. So
here's a chopper over there to third base. Easily gathered. Throw over to first is in time, as the third baseman, Ethan Madry, gets the first out of the inning. A reminder from Bank Independent, managing your money has never been easier. With Sync Mobile, contactless debit cards, and personalized service at every sales office, Bank Independent offers the tools you need with the service you deserve. Bank Independent, member FDIC, and we're obviously great to have a partnership here with X Sports and Bank Independent to bring you the sporting events across North Alabama, whether it's basketball, here baseball, also football.
Got some softball on the schedule for next week.
Yep, got some softball on the schedule as well. And we've got another, obviously it is April 1st today, so we got another full month roughly of action here on the X Sports Network. That was going to be lined up the middle, handled by the center fielder. Actually a tough hop out there, but handled though by Isaiah Burdett. And Colbert Heights continues to put base runners on, as that was Xander Hyde up at the plate with a single. That's his first hit of the day, and he will get a pinch runner. That will be number 1, and I do not have him on my list. So he is going to be the mystery runner over there at first base for now.
Caleb Fuller.
Caleb Fuller. So Fuller over there at first base, probably some good speed over there. He's got a decent lead, and he does go. Pitch is high, and no throw down to second as nobody is covering, so Fuller will easily stand in there with the stolen base. As this is going to be Caden Kirby, the right fielder, up at the plate for the Wildcats. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That one almost hit him and gets behind the catcher, and that will allow Fuller to make his way over to third base easily. So more inflicted wounds for Sheffield.
Yeah, it was a curveball that just got away from Howard a little bit.
He's done so well on the mound up until this point. Just kind of had a rough inning with all the hit by batter or hit by pitch. Let's see if he can make it up. Here's a 2-0. Infield comes in, swung on, grounder over to first. Checks the runner. He's going to allow him to score as the first baseman, Gunnar Hazen, steps on first for the second out. So the 13th run comes across for the Wildcats. Bases are empty here with 2 outs. Infield will go back to normal depth, as we will have the first baseman, Eli Ratliff, come up to the plate. And Ratliff has...
He's hit the ball hard 3 times, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Nothing to show for it. So let's see if he changes things here in the top of the 6th. As Howard steps off the mound, regathers himself. Here's a wind up at the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. Sheffield's going to have their work cut out for them for the bottom of the sixth as they will try to chip away again. Now a 6-run deficit. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, chopper over to the shortstop Childers. Throw over to first, slow throw, and that's going to get away from Hazen over there at first base. So the inning remains alive here for the Wildcats.
Great play by Childers. He waited on it, got the big hop.
He did.
Just threw it a little wide, and Hazen did a yeoman's work over there trying to keep his foot on the bag, but just couldn't make it happen.
That was a tough play over there by the first baseman, Gunnar Hazen. But no damage done, at least on that play, as the bases were empty. Still 2 outs. Howard on the mound. He steps off. He's trying to get out of this inning. And that pitch is in there for a strike to the third baseman, Caden Hill, as he walked his last time.
Homered. He's the one
yeah, that was the homer, yep.
Yep, he's the one that got it up in that jet stream that you weather guys like to to talk about.
We'll call that the low-level jet.
And
that one's flared out into right field. That's going to be a tough play out there. Back. That's going to get down as Jameer Spencer has a tough time out there and right around third.
What a throw by Lovelace.
And that's going to be in there for actually, he dropped it. He dropped it over there at third.
What a great throw from second by Lovelace, though, taking that relay.
Great opportunity over there at third base. Just couldn't be handled over there by the third baseman, Madry. Eli Ratcliffe came all the way around from first to score, and so that makes things. Now I believe it's 15. Is it 15-7? Is it 15-7?
I believe it should
14?
be 14.
14-7. That's what I was thinking was the case. One too many runs up there on the board. Number 24, Bennett Collier, the DH, is now up to the plate. He takes a strike. Sheffield just looking for that last out of the half inning. As a 5 spot has been put up here in the top of the 6th by Colbert Heights. Swung on, flied out towards right field. That's going to be there for Spencer. Shades himself from the sun and catches it for the 3rd out of the inning. But after a 6 spot on the board there for Colbert Heights, that 9-7 advantage has now grown to a 15-7 advantage. Sheffield is going to try to find a way to come back here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back here on the Exports Network for North Alabama Baseball, brought to you by Bank Independent.
I've been walking toward this my whole life. You didn't always. I've been walking toward this my whole life. You didn't always know where I was going, and neither did I. But you always encouraged me to chase my dreams. Bank Independent is helping me take the next step. By opening an account, I unlocked a scholarship to UNA. Now, I'm ready for what's next, knowing I've always had support every step of the way. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
I've been using Bank Independent as my primary bank for over 10 years now. If you're looking for dependability, professionalism, and a personal touch, Bank Independent's really the only way to go.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I didn't have to write a long essay or audition or make a half-court shot. I just had to open a Bank Independent account, use my debit card, sign up for online banking, and have a positive balance. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. When Bank Independent invests in students like me, they're investing in all of us and the future of our community. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to Sheffield, Alabama. Colbert Heights and the Sheffield Bulldogs going at it here on the Exports Network, Brought to you by Bank Independent. We are in the bottom of the sixth. I do have an error to correct. It is 14-7, even though the scoreboard says 15-7, which is funny because after I said 15-7, I was making sure that was right, and I was told 14. Well, that went in one ear and out the other, apparently. So we are here in the bottom of the sixth. We have the 2, 3, 4 batters up with Ganger up at the plate here first for Sheffield, as they are trying to erase this 7-run deficit the best that they can. They got 2 innings to work with.
Ganger been on twice with a hit by pitch and a walk. Sandwiched a line out to short back in the second inning, but he's been on base twice.
Here is the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be dribbled foul towards the dugout, as Bennett Collier on the mound here for the Wildcats in relief of Cam Thrasher, who had a decent outing. Obviously gave up a handful of runs, but still in line for the win here today as that pitch misses.
Yeah, Thrasher's final line, he went 4 1/3 inning, gave up 4 hits, 7 runs, 5 strikeouts, 5 walks, and hit 2 batters.
That one swung on. That's going to get down in front of, I say down, but good play. That kind of hung up there. I guess the wind helped that one too, as the center fielder, Owen Hood, had to come in and grab that for the first out, and that will bring up number 6, Carter Brooks, to the plate.
Yeah, 2 hard hit balls by Ganger today. One line out to short, and then that hard hit ball that Hood made a great play on in center. But Ganger's got to be pleased with at least making the solid contact.
I do have an Artemis 2 update for you after this pitch. The pitch is up and away. They are holding the countdown to T-minus 10 minutes. I'm not sure why they're holding it, but they got something going on.
Well, let's make sure it's right.
Exactly. Make sure it's right. This is a big mission. That pitch is swung on and missed. I'll bring the count to even at 1 apiece.
Brooks got things started back in that 5th inning with a single to right.
That one's popped back foul. And that'll bring the count to 1-2. That 1-2's hit in front of the plate. Instead of going 60 feet 6 inches, that one went about 58 feet. Here's a 2-2. Swung on, chopper up the middle. That's going to be handled by the second baseman. Throw to first is going to be in time. I almost thought that was going to be a tough play over there at second, but Tucker Hodges made it look easy, and that is the second out of the inning. That will bring up the designated hitter for Sheffield, Ben Stansel, as he'll try to do something here with 2 outs. Collier with the windup and the pitch. That one's going to be upstairs for a ball. That pitch is in there.
Stansel 1 for 2 on the day. Walk. Single back in that 3rd inning as well. Or excuse me, back in the 5th inning.
And that one, another hit by pitch. It's been a while, but there's another one as Stansel makes his way down to first base. While we have a break, Bank Independent has been a trusted name in North Alabama for more than 75 years. Whether you're saving, borrowing, or planning for the future, we're here to help you every step of the way. Bank Independent, local, strong, and committed to you. Member FD. FDIC. And obviously, like I mentioned, we're proud to have Bank Independent be a sponsor for us here at the Exports Network, but also at Tennessee Valley Weather. And we look to continue that partnership down the road and bring you more games here in the North Alabama area.
It's that busy weather time for you guys, right?
It is. It is.
Spring storm season.
Spring storm season. Looks like we're going to have another batch move through. Hopefully it's before Easter Sunday morning. It looks like it's going to move through sometime on Saturday. So if any of those Saturday games, know we got some over there at Hartselle. They might be impacted just depending on when the storms actually arrive. But I have my noon show over there on the weather side today. I'll have it tomorrow, so we'll figure out what all the weather situation is over the weekend. That first pitch misses. That second one does too. It's 2-0. But good news is, you talk about spring storm season, not really looking at big-time severe weather anytime soon, which is nice. But it's April. We know how it goes.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good to have you guys at the Tennessee Valley Weather Network that can really focus in on this area, southern Tennessee, northern, the northwest corner here of the state. And you guys do such a good job.
I appreciate it.
Keeping everybody updated.
Throw the first.
I think Stancil couldn't decide whether he wanted to go in standing up or dive, so he did a little bit of both.
Did a little bit of both. There's a pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. And if I heard correctly, I think someone's got the launch back there. I think they said they're go, so we're about to also get a rocket launch, maybe during the broadcast too. That pitch is fouled off back to the netting. 2-2. Deuces on the board here with 2 outs. Sheffield just trying to find a way back to just chip away at that 7-run deficit. 2-2 misses behind the batter. That's Jameer Spencer at the plate. I think I failed to mention that he's at the plate.
Yeah, he came on in the third inning for David Dahl. He's walked and struck out in his 2 plate appearances.
So he's looking to get himself on the hit column if he can. With a full count pitch that will be underway here shortly as Collier makes his way back to the mound after getting a new baseball. The southpaw toes the rubber, and he's ready. Here's a full count. Upstairs, ball 4. And that will keep the line moving, and that will bring up the man of the afternoon here for Sheffield. That is Dason Howard, who has done it all. He's responsible for 5 of the runs up on the board for the Bulldogs and single-handedly had 6 straight outs recorded on the defensive side, whether that was a pop-out or a strikeout. So he is having himself a great Wednesday afternoon. He looks to continue that here. First pitch. Misses upstairs for a ball.
Yeah, Howard 2 for 2 on the day, 2 doubles, hit by pitch, driven in 5.
There's another one upstairs, 2-0. Looking over there at second base, and time is called.
Yep. Howard getting a little impatient at the plate as Collier was glancing back at Stancil at second.
Here's a 2-0. Downstairs, just missed. 3-0. Obviously, if you're Colbert Heights, the runners currently on the bags. That pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1. Won't completely hurt you if they come across the score with you having a 7-run advantage here in the bottom of the 6th. But obviously you don't want to try to allow Sheffield to make a comeback as that pitch misses well outside. And that is another walk. So with 2 outs here, the bases are loaded. And that will bring up the shortstop, John Childers.
Yeah, one of the ways to let somebody back in it is give free passes, and that's a hit by pitch and back-to-back walks.
As we have a meeting on the mound with just the infielders, going up to Bennett Collier, just giving him a little bit of a pep talk, saying, hey, just calm down. We all got your back. Pat on the back there by Caden Hill, the third baseman. So a little bit of support there with the infielders coming to the mound to give a little bit of encouragement to their pitcher. But here we go, bases loaded, 2 outs. Grand opportunity for Sheffield to knock into that 7-run advantage that Colbert Heights have. And we talked about this before, they've been coming back. Colbert Heights gets some runs across, and then Sheffield comes back, but they can't stop them. That lead keeps getting back to about 4 or 5 runs, in this case 7 runs.
John Childers, he'll step in. He earned an RBI his last time up with a hit by pitch with the bases loaded.
There's another one outside. And that will bring the count to, I believe, 1-2.
Yes, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's a 1-2. Outside, and we'll have deuces on the board again. Bases full of Bulldogs. Let's see if any of them come across the score. 2-2s down the dirt. That's going to get past the catcher. Throw over to home is going to be in time, and that is the 3rd out as Ben Stansel, coming in from 3rd trying to score, is caught there by the pitcher. 2-1 put out there to end things in the bottom of the 6th. Ashley will be back here in the top of the 7th to take you the rest of the way. You're watching North Alabama Baseball, brought to you by Bank Independent here on the Exports Network.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
You know, Story & Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee. The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years. And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Story & Lee Furniture.
Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals music is here because we're fiercely independent. And in the early days, it was hard because it was hard for banks to get their head around, we're going to give these hippies some money to go make music. We've been doing business with Bank Independent since the 70s, and to know that they've got our back, it means a lot, and it just kind of takes the stress off of doing business day to day. They've always been there, and it's always been a phone call away.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent.
This is the Exports Network.
We head to the 7th inning. Colbert Heights leading 14-7 over the Sheffield Bulldogs. A couple of notes here as we go through the next 5 to 7 days. Taylor and Bryant will be with you from Brooks High School on Friday at 5 as the Wilson Warriors And Brooks will do battle in baseball. On Saturday, myself and Sam Camp will head over to Hartselle for Hartselle and Sparkman. The Senators will visit Hartselle for a 12 noon start time. On Monday, myself and hopefully Taylor can join me and Sam as we will have some softball action from Decatur as the Bob Jones Patriots come in to take on the Austin Black Bears. And then next Thursday, myself and Taylor will be on the call as the Hartselle softball team will come over to Muscle Shoals to do battle with the Muscle Shoals Trojans. So a lot of good games coming up on our calendar for the next 7 to 10 days as Owen Hood gets ready to lead off here. He's ahead in the count 2-1 on the center fielder for the Colbert Heights Wildcats. And he'll shoot one into left center. And that's going to roll all the way to the fence. And we'll see how far Hood can get. He's heading into third. He's going to be in with at least a triple, and he'll hold up there. So a leadoff triple for Owen Hood, and that'll take us back to the top of the lineup. And Tucker Hodges, who's been on base 3 times with an error and a walk and a hit by pitch.
I tell you, Colbert Heights, their bats came today in a big way.
Yeah, you know, it's how big is it when you get that number 9 hitter who can do damage and get on base when that top of the order comes back around. Hood scored 2 runs today, stolen a base. So Hodges takes a strike, and then he laces one down the left field line. Ganger will field that one, get it in, and hold Hodges to a single, but he'll drive in a run, and now it's 15-7. And John Ryan Berry will be your hitter. Inside the park home run last time for Berry. He's 1 for 1 with 3 walks. As the gas may be running out for Howard.
He's done so well. I know that he had a rough time on the mound last half inning, but he has had a great game all around. Definitely a bright spot for Sheffield. And if this is correct on my sheet, he's only an 8th grader.
Wow.
So he's got a lot of room to grow and mature, and I would imagine you come back here in a handful of years and he's one of the top stars here for the Bulldogs.
So his 0-1 pitch to Berry will instead be over to first, chasing Hodges back. He's got to be tired. He's had this team on his back since the first inning.
Yeah, really.
His 0-1 as Hodges will be on the move. And he'll be in with a stolen base. Great throwdown by Brooks, just not enough time as Hodges will be in with a stolen base. He'll be at second with nobody out. 1-1 count now on John Ron Berry, the shortstop for this Colbert Heights team. Howard will come to the plate. He'll miss high. Howard's 2-1. It's high as well, so 3-1 now. Gavin Caldwell, the starting left fielder, waiting on deck. Three one will miss high, and we'll have runners at first and second now with nobody out as Omar Tompkins will stride out to the mound. And we'll see what he does here. I think we're going to have an Another pitching change, as it looks like Madry will come in from third base. While they're making this change, let's take a break. This is Alabama High School Baseball on the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I just had to open a Bank Independent account and follow a few simple steps. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
In 1947, a group of farmers in North Alabama started a bank because they believed a local bank investing in local people is the key to making a positive difference in the community. Locally owned and operated, Bank Independent is committed to investing in our local communities.
When we knew that we needed a commercial space, we knew we wanted to keep all of our business with Bank Independent. Everything else had been so wonderful that we felt like there was no need to shop around.
Preparing for college is hard, and Bank Independent is here to help you both take the next step. With a Bank Independent account, you unlock a scholarship to UNA and open the door to a world of opportunity. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
I've been walking toward this my whole life. You didn't always know where I was going, and neither did I. But you always encouraged me to chase my dreams. Bank Independent is helping me take the next step by opening an account.
So Ethan Madry takes over on the mound for Sheffield. He'll be facing Gavin Caldwell. His first pitch is high, ball one. The 1-0 is in the dirt. Stopped there by Brooks, but it'll hop away from him, so both runners will advance to second and third. And a 2-0 count on Gavin Caldwell, as the Sheffield defense will come in, as Madry will miss, as Brooks tries to throw behind the runner, and it gets passed into left field, and both runs will come across to score. And Caldwell will have a 3-0 count. As Colbert Heights now with a 17-7 lead. As Caldwell will draw a walk, and he'll be on first with nobody out, as Xander Hyde, the catcher, will stroll up to the plate. He singled last time up. Also has a couple of strikeouts and a pop out to second.
Well, Sheffield did a good job there in the top of the fourth and top of the fifth to hold Sheffield the best they can. They only scored one run in those 2 innings, but since then, just the wheels have fallen off.
As that ball will be put into play out towards center field. Nice play by Isaiah Burdett, as he'll come in and make a diving catch.
There's a highlight catch out there by the center fielder.
As Hyde will fly out, and that'll bring up the right fielder, number 2, Caden Kirby. Madry's first pitch to him will be in for a strike. So 0-1 on Caden Kirby. He's low in the dirt. One ball, one strike. That one's low and in. 2 2-1 as the sun starts to poke out on us here. It's been behind some clouds. Mabry's 2-1. Will miss low and in. 3 balls, 1 strike on the Wildcat right fielder. And that'll miss high, so Kirby on with a walk. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Eli Ratliff. Reached on an error his last time. He's 0 for 4 today. Excuse me, 1 for 4 today. He singled back in the first inning. Madry's first pitch to him. Swung on and fouled off.
As soon as you said the sun was coming out, it's now behind clouds again.
Went right back behind the clouds. Madry's 0-1 to Ratcliffe. Will be inside and hit him. And we've got yet another.
What number of hit by pitch is that today?
I'll have to go back and count them, but I know we're getting close to double digits. As that'll bring up the third baseman, Caden Hill, who himself has been hit by a pitch today. Also homered and tripled. Bases loaded, 1 out. As Madry's first pitch will be in the dirt. That one will miss inside. 2-0. Be put into play to third. Howard will come home where he'll get the lead runner.
Barely. That was close.
Yeah, he kind of lobbed it up there. Was a little bit above Brooks, but he was able to come down on the plate. So fielder's choice there for Caden Hill. And Kirby will be out at home for the second out. Pinch hitting now for Collier is number 3. That'll be Trig Wagnon. And he'll strike out swinging.
There's confusion on what the count was.
Yeah. So that'll take us to the bottom of the 7th. Colbert Heights leading 17-7. Sheffield down to their last 3 outs. This is Alabama High School Baseball on the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent.
I've been using Bank Independent as my primary bank for over 10 years now. If you're looking for dependability, professionalism, and a personal touch, Bank Independent's really the only way to go.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I didn't have to write a long essay or audition or make a half-court shot. I just had to open a Bank Independent account, use my debit card, sign up for online banking, and have a positive balance. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. When Bank Independent invests in students like me, they're investing in all of us and the future of our community. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
So it's been a pretty amazing journey with the Orion Amphitheater. The design was ambitious. It's pretty incredible, the caliber of artists that we've had through these doors. Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job, and the spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
You know, storing Lee furniture is not just some.
This is the X Sports Network.
So we're back for the bottom of the 7th. John Childers will step back in. He was at the plate when Ben Stansel was caught trying to advance on a pass ball to end the 6th inning. And the new pitcher for Colbert Heights, number 14, Trip Wagnon. The third pitcher for Colbert Heights, he'll follow Cam Thresher and Bennett Collier. Collier did a nice job in relief, not giving up any runs. As Wagnon's first offering to Childers will miss high. 1 ball, no strikes. As Childers will put in the air deep left field. That's going to reach the gap. And that'll be down off the glove of Hood. Childers will head towards third. And he'll be in with a stand-up triple. So nice job by John Childers. Giving a little bit of life here to Sheffield as we start the bottom of the 7th. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Gunnar Hazen. He's walked and got a couple of strikeouts.
Well, right off the bat, Sheffield's like, hold on a second. We still want to play a little bit. Let's see what they can do here. Obviously, a lot of work to do, but never say never.
Mr. Waffle House at the plate now. And he'll hit one towards third. That's going to be in the hole. Let's see if Barry can throw him out. He won't. That'll be an infield single for Gunnar Hazen with an RBI.
I was hoping that he would rope one somewhere. That way I can say that ball was smothered and covered. But still, chopper over there in a hard spot for the shortstop to make a play. He's on base.
And that'll bring up the second baseman, Carson Lovelace. He's walked, been hit by a pitch, and popped out to short. They'll throw over to first, chase Hazen back.
We have the chop going on. Our folks, our buddies in the truck down the right field area has now moved to the left field area. And they're doing the tomahawk chop.
Sun was in their eyes from in right field. As Wagner will miss outside, he'll fall behind 1-0.
And for those who are wondering, yes, their shirts are still off because why wouldn't they be?
That one will miss high. Strike on the outside corner. That one will miss high. 3-1 now on the second baseman for Sheffield, Carson Lovelace. Three-1 to Lovelace. Is fouled back off behind us. And we'll have a full count. You asked the question earlier, how many hit by pitches?
Yes. Want me to guess first?
You can guess.
I'm going to go 9.
you would win today's lottery.
It's 9.
My friend, 9 hit by pitches as Lovelace will go down on strikes for the first out. And that'll take us back to the top of the order, Isaiah Burdett. Burdett 0 for 4. Couple of fly balls, one to left, one to center. Ground out to second and a strikeout. Wagner will miss outside on ball 1.
Going back to that inning, I think it was the bottom of the 5th. I made the comment to you. I think it was off broadcast, but to my knowledge, I don't know if I've ever witnessed an inning where all of the runs, specifically the 3 runs in that inning, were scored via a hit by pitch.
Yeah, and to have 5 out of 6 batters for both teams get hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
The 2-0 to Burnett. He'll shoot it through the right side. Nice play in the hole by Hodges, and he'll throw Burdett out as Hazen will move up to third, and Sheffield will be down to their last out.
That's another good play over there by Hodges.
Yeah, he had to go a long way. He was shaded up the middle, kind of holding the runner at second, and had a long way to go.
He's had a couple good plays over there at second base today, both of them having to range pretty far away from where he started.
That'll bring up Ganger, who has been on base twice with walks, lined out to short and lined out to center. He'll take outside for ball 1. He'll shoot another one up the middle. Barry will make a nice scoop, but throw it away at first, and Ganger will be on. Ganger's just not 100%, Taylor. I think we've kind of seen that today.
He's definitely kind of hobbling around a little bit, but, I mean, give him credit. He's out there battling and did not want to be the last out of the game right there.
So Carter Brooks will get another at bat, as Colbert Heights now leads 17-9. So again, these two teams will play another one right after this one. We will end our broadcast after this first game, but they do have one more scheduled. As Wagnon will bring the 1-0. Brooks, I don't think he decided till too late to take a hack at that one. It was a little bit up in his eyes.
That was high and tight.
Yeah, it'll be strike 1 on the catcher for Sheffield. The 1-1 be low and outside, 2-1. Two-1 to Brooks is fouled straight back. So Sheffield down to their last strike. We should know this, but I'm not 100% sure, but I believe only the first 2 games of a series will count towards the area standings. So I don't think this third game that they're going to play after this one will count, but Colbert Heights will go to 2-0 in Class 3A Area 14, and Sheffield will go to 0-2. But I believe only the first 2 games count. I don't believe that final game.
That sounds right if I remember correctly.
So the 2-2 to Brooks is taken for a strike on the outside corner. And that'll be all for Sheffield as Colbert Heights will take this one 17-9 and go 2-0 in area play. For Ashley Balch and Taylor Plott and our producer today, Bryant Gobble, you have been watching Alabama High School Baseball on the X Sports Network, brought to you by Bank Independent. We will see you Friday as Wilson will travel to Brooks. Again, Taylor and Bryant will have that one for you, so tune in for that one Friday at 5. It's the X Sports Network presentation of high school baseball brought to you by Bank Independent. We'll see you Friday.